Hi, this is Chrissy, and welcome to SharpSpring Training Through the Uncommon Ground. We are going to do an overview of the platform today. This is our first training module, and we're not going to get into any how-tos in this module. We're just going to do an overview. What I want you to start thinking about is workflow. Everyone needs to learn the parts and pieces of SharpSpring, and you have to think of each module as the building blocks to the workflows that you're eventually going to be able to make. Workflows are by far the most important things in SharpSpring, not just an email, not just a landing page, not just a form, but how to piece them all together in a meaningful way so that you are interacting with your customers, with your leads, and with your sales team, and with the rest of your company in an efficient way. First of all, we're going to talk about how all of this works together and how SharpSpring, all of the parts and pieces actually come together to make a whole. Over the next training modules, we're going to break it down piece by piece and teach you how to do each thing, how to make an email, how to make a landing page, and how to make a form, how to make a list. And we'll do that all separately. And then at the end, we're going to talk about how to create workflows, how to actually think through, I would like to do this for my company. Now, how do I do it? And break that down into a step-by-step process. So this is the first, when you log into SharpSpring, this is your dashboard. This is what you see. So there's a sales side and a marketing side. This here gives me any tasks that I need to do, any leads that are assigned to me, any emails that you've got going right now. This account here is our demo account. It's called Coffeematico, and we actually have a website called coffeematico.com, so you can start seeing how it works as a visitor to your website. So you can go to the coffeematico.com site and you can fill out the contact form, and it's going to show up here. Everything works and it's all integrated so that we can demo how it works. If you need us to walk you through that, feel free to call us anytime, and we'd be happy to walk you through all of the parts and pieces and how it works together. So here, this is a very useful little tool right here. It's the company utilization score. And you'll see in the first module will be a grasshopper. And as we get things set up in Coffeematico, we gradually become, we're using the platform more productively. Each of these little icons you can see some of them are full, some of them are just started to fill up. And that shows you how much of that feature you're actually using. So you can see right now we're just at 52% of what SharpSpring can do for us. If you click on any of these, so this is landing pages, lead scoring, email, automation, personas, analytics, sales, media center, forms, and visitor ID, you can click on any of those and it'll bring you to this page. This is your kind of a breakdown of each feature in SharpSpring. And it brings you, if you click here, it's going to bring you to the help docs about that particular feature. If you click on any of these features within the feature, it's going to tell you why you would need that and how to do it, which is so useful when you're working in here and you need an answer to a question pretty quickly. You just remember to go here. If you're working on landing pages and you're stuck somewhere or you're not sure how to use it, I love this feature. Why would I use it and how do I use it? So you can also see if there's a little X there, it means that you haven't even started using that yet. So that there's one of these for every single one. And you'll start out with a lot of these X's, and as you get your account set up, you're going to see a lot more of these green check marks. But again, every single one of them has a why would you use this? So that is a very good feature in SharpSpring. And anytime you want to just go back to this dashboard page, you can go right here. Just this icon takes you back to this page. So this area here, it shows you what your sales team's current month opportunities are. So if you want to send that someone or download it or print it, you can do that here as well. Here are your list of tasks that you have assigned to you or open. This is your email engagement status, what your open rate, what your click rate is. We haven't sent any emails through this. It is a demo account, so we don't have really email addresses in here, but this is where that would show. These are also your sender stats. You need to pay close attention to this because if you have spam complaints, you are going to go into people's junk mail. You are going to be considered spam, and you don't want that because you want to be able to get into people's inboxes. So make sure you pay close attention to this and make sure that this is as close to 0 as you can possibly get it. That means when you're importing your lists, especially at the beginning, you're going to be importing your lists of current customers. You want to make sure that those email addresses are correct. And you can put them through email cleaning services. If you need to know some of those services, send us an email or fill out our contact form, and we can recommend some email cleaning services for you as well. Here are your created emails, and here are some lists that we've created. So this dashboard shows you quite a lot of your day-to-day activity. Here are some of these created opportunities that you have and alerts for opportunities. So we'll over the next little while, we will show you how to set up all of this stuff. So here is the marketing tab. This is the default tab. So when you come into your system, this is what it'll be. Contact manager is here. Your contact manager has all of your customers, all of your leads here. You can go into any of these customers and you can see all of their information, any custom fields that are filled out. You can see the life of that lead, and you can see any memberships, whether they're part of any campaigns or lists or action groups. You can see all of that right here. You can also select who the lead owner is, whether they're a qualified lead, and what campaign they came from. You can also, these 3 buttons right here, these 3 little dots, if you click that, this is everything that you can do with a customer. So this is everything you can do. You can create a new task. You can log a phone call. You can view unseen media. So if you've sent them media, like a video or a picture, and if they haven't seen it, you'll see what they haven't seen yet. You can create a new opportunity. You can create a new account for them. Unsubscribe from emails. So if somebody calls you and says, take me off your list, this is where you do that. And so that's that. And lead scoring is, if we go back into here, I can show you that a lead score is right here on this column. And as people behave and interact with your website and within forms and landing pages and your social media, it's going to tally a lead score here. And you can have things triggered based on lead score. So for myself, I use SharpSpring for my company, The Uncommon Ground. And if somebody hits 100 lead score, I get a text message so that I know that is probably a hot lead and they might be interested and they might need me to follow up. So there's a lot that you can do with these lead scores. So you find lead scores here, and that's where you set them up. This is where you import new lists. That is, when you're first starting your SharpSpring account, you're going to want to bring in a list of customers. In a future training module, we're going to walk through this stuff on how to import the list. This is where you manage your lists, and you can add new lists and sort your contacts there. This is where you would go to manually trigger email sends. You would do that through lists. And here's the content tab. Forms are web forms. They're made in the forms area, but they have to live somewhere. They have to either live on a website online, on your company website, or they live within landing pages that you create in SharpSpring. So forms are not standalone. You create them there, but they have to be put somewhere. Emails. So emails are a very important part of SharpSpring. This is how you drip feed campaigns or onboarding or administrative things. This is where you create your emails. You can also create from email templates, or you can create your own email templates. Pages, the same thing. You can create pages here, and these are landing pages. So these landing pages create so much opportunity within SharpSpring, because you can now, instead of getting your web developer to add pages to your website, you can actually make them right here. And you can format them to look like your website, so they click back to your website as if it's a whole, as if it's a part of your website. Page templates, you can start with a template and just replace pictures, or you can make your own templates as well. So for event management, you can have an events page, and that page can be branded, and it can have all of the links and everything that you need for those events, and they can be housed right there. Blogs, you can actually create your blog right here. So if you have a bunch of people in your marketing and sales department that want to write, you can create that here. And media, this is where you upload media, and you can create trackable links, so that if you have a video that you want to share with people, you can actually create a trackable link, send them that link, and when they look at it, that's how it'll start tracking that person. Content calendar, this is where you post your social post to social media from this content calendar. You can post your blog, you can schedule events and tasks. It's a very cool feature. Social, so here the content calendar also appears here. And this is your listening tab. So this is where you can actually watch all of your social media pages. You can watch LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook from here. And you can also see where people have mentioned you on especially Twitter. Twitter has a lot of options of what you can see in this pane. You can also watch hashtags as well. This here is the automation tab. Visual workflows, this is where you put together your automations, and it is behavior based. So a visual workflow will be triggered by something that the customer or lead does, whether it's on your website, whether it's a click through from an email to a page, whether it's a form fill out. There are a lot of things that can trigger a workflow. And action groups are ones that you manually trigger. So this means you would take a list and you would apply the action group to that list. So that's the difference there. And they work kind of on the same basis. But this is kind of where the magic of SharpSpring happens, is in these workflows and action groups. Personas, this is another part of SharpSpring magic. Personas are your customers. So in Coffeematico, if you haven't already seen the video about how Coffeematico uses SharpSpring, please take a look at that. Google coffeematico.com and you can find the video there, or else you can search on our YouTube page, or you can always go on our Uncommon Ground website and request a demo, and we can send that to you as well. So personas are your company's customers, segmented by what product they're interested in. So for Coffeematico, because they have 3 different types of product, French press, a home brewer, and a high volume brewer, they have 3 separate products. They have 3 different customers. The French press their customer is a coffee connoisseur. The home brewer is a personal household, family, or a person who makes coffee every day. And they also have a restaurant, high capacity brewer. So restaurants and offices and companies for lunchrooms, those are the customer for them. So when we're marketing to those customers, we can actually have a separate message for each customer. So the coffee connoisseur only sees things that are relevant to the product that they want. And the restaurant only sees what's relevant to what they want to see. So you can use personas in so many different ways. It's also called dynamic content when you're setting it up. And dynamic content can be used in emails and in landing pages. And you can have them involved in automations as well. Scheduled events, this is where you can schedule things to happen and reminders. It also can integrate with your calendar, your Outlook calendar or your Google calendar. Visitor ID. Visitor ID is where you can see the people who have come to your website and you don't know their name yet, possibly. But they have a cookie on their computer now, and now every single time that they come to your website, you're going to get a little bit more information. If they fill out a form, you'll get a lot of information. If they interact with any of your social media, you'll get more information. And now you can start tracking their behavior. When you're tracking their behavior, you can now react based on their behavior. So if you see that they're always interested in one particular type of post, they could be a customer for that product. And here's the analytics tab. I love this tab. I used to be a sales manager, so I love numbers. I love being able to see what everyone's doing. I love to be able to see if somebody's exceeding or if somebody's doing excellent. I want to make sure that I can tell them how awesome they are. I want to see what's working and what's not. I want to see if our marketing is working, and I want to be able to make real-time decisions. I want to be able to say, yes, this campaign, it worked, and we're going to do it again. Or, wow, that was a flop. And I don't want to know next year or next quarter when somebody hands me a report. I want to know right now. So that's why I love these tabs in here. So you can see traffic sources to your website. Here are some more granular web insights here. You can track all your campaigns. The beauty of these campaign trackers is that you can even set up trade shows, and you can set up word of mouth. And how many companies are tracking what sales they're getting from trade shows? I've been to lots and lots of trade shows and talked to thousands of companies, and very, very few people know the sales that are coming from those trade shows. So this is so important to set up, because if you're spending $20,000 on a trade show, you want to know what sales are coming from that trade show. This is where you would find that and where you would set it up. You can integrate with your Google AdWords here. You can see the email jobs that have sent out, and you can see email reports. Within the email reports, you can see who's clicked, who's unsubscribed, who's reported you as spam, who has clicked what, who has filled out what forms. You can see if things are working and if they aren't. These are email tests. There's some pay options here that you can purchase through to start email testing. That's totally optional to use. So this is the whole marketing side. Once we hit this marketing button, it turns into the sales side. So a lot of it is repetitive. So if you have salespeople that only have permission to see the sales side, this is what they'll see. They'll see the contact manager, which is exactly this that we're looking at here. They will see lead scoring and imports and lists. So we've gone over that already. Accounts, this is where your accounts are set up. So if you have an account with a company, this is where it would be set up. So your customers, as they become customers, they will have accounts in here. Opportunities. I love this part. Let's go into here really quick and I'll show you. This is your pipeline, and we'll walk through this through our training, how to set up a pipeline and how you can move your customers around. So if you can go from initial contact to the analysis of the customer's needs. You're going to do a demo for them, so they go here. Then you deliver an estimate to them, and then you get a verbal commitment to a sale. And then once you've actually made this sale, it'll go into win. So you'll have a list of sales that you've won here. So let's move them back over here. You'll also see what you've lost. And you'll also see, which I love, the forecast for the date range. So here is a sales forecast for May 9th to April 2020. Glad this isn't my company. They're going to make $15,000 this year. So this shows you exactly that forecast for whatever date you have set. And it'll show you how many people are in each stage. So I really love, for my own company, the Uncommon Ground, I love being able to go in here and see what my forecast sales are. So that is in opportunities. Reports, there are a lot of sales reports in here. Pipeline value, opportunity health, conversion analysis, won and loss, and sales performance. So this really helps you see in real time, again, not just in quarterly reports, but you can see in real time how your company is doing and how your salespeople are doing. And then again, this is visitor ID. So you can see here, just like on the other side, on the marketing side, you'll see who's been visiting your website. So here on this little icon, this is where you find your settings and help documents. So you can go here as well. And here are all your settings. So if you need to change anything, email addresses or anything about your company profile, here in settings. So here you'll see all of the different things that you can set up your social media here, set up your user accounts, set up mail sync. Mail sync is a feature. It's a little bit extra per month if you would like to subscribe to it. And what it does is it actually syncs with your personal or your company email, and you will now, with MailSync, you can see the interactions between your salespeople and customers all in one place. So that's really useful if you end up losing an employee and you have their whole pipeline right here, every single interaction between the customer and that person. So it's a really great feature. So if you have questions about that, feel free to contact us. So these are all of the different things that you can set up and tweak to your liking, all here in this settings tab. This green button here, I use this all the time. Anytime I want to do something new, you can do anything right here. So a new list import, file manager item, media center item, a custom field, a new site, any of these things you can just go, oh, I want to make an email today. Okay, new email, new landing page, new form. So it's very, it's a great button. So, and this little check mark here, if you click on that, it brings up the task manager. So you can see all the tasks that are assigned to you, and you can also assign tasks. So you can pick a date and a time and a type. So it's let's say we're going to call a meeting. And it's regarding this customer and his opportunity, and we're going to talk about negotiation. And I'm going to assign it to Bob Smith, and I'm going to send him a calendar invite, and I can write, there you go. And okay, so now we've assigned him a task. So that's where you do that. So these are my tasks. You can look at Bob Smith. There we go. So that you can see that that's where it's located there, and all the details. So, and you can also see an activity feed of who's been doing what. So this is really great for managers to have some clarity about what's happening in their sales department. So that's it for now. If you have any more questions or concerns, please let us know. If you're not already our SharpSpring customer, you can actually contact us, go to our website, and you can purchase the rest of the training package as well. If you are our customer, as soon as you're finished this module, you'll receive the next one. And if you have any questions, please contact us anytime. Thanks. Bye-bye.